Let's go. Are we live? Good times. We are live. Let's just make sure the audio is picking up. Motherfucker. Yeah, it's working. I think it's live. The thing says it's live. We'll just hit refresh. Listen, I'm Fan and Frenzy. Which it might be. Well, that'd be a thing. No? No, I'm not on Fan and Frenzy. So what the hell? Oh, it says I'm private. Well, we are really off to a bad start. Public. Bunk. Bunk. Done. Duh. So I guess that was the last proverbial moment that we will have stopped ourselves from shooting our foot off. Well, what else can you do? Yeehaw. Let's go. Wait for anybody to pull in. You know the fun part about the stream is that for like the first 5-10 minutes my stupid ass was on private. Yeah. Excellent connection. Yeah, it's public. So recently you may have seen the Fan and Frenzy stream that we did on Stallion Slaughter. We've got people coming in. No? Let's see. No, nobody's come in. Oh no, there's 16 viewers. I'm stupid. So okay, at least we can get going now. Anthony, hear this amazing anecdote. I completely fucked up as far as the Stallion of Slaughter situation goes. I got bitchy and butthurt about that, and I could have easily walked away from it probably at some point in time. But I got stubborn and stupid on that one. Oh no, we'll get there. We'll get to that. Let's not jump ahead. Complain about his ex-girlfriend. I thought I'd tackle the Brony Inspector thing, so I guess Jace is asking that we jump ahead. I still want to get to Brony Inspector. During the stream, and I have to obviously keep it somewhat vague, I will cop to the fact that basically I was pulled into a Senate call with, I believe, Coyote Lovely Rouge. Who else was there? Leo Convoy, Stallion. Yeah. No, it was obvious. It was pretty obvious. Let's see, Monstrous. Hey, it's a 41-year-old troll shielding loser. Okay. So, I'm just fucking putting it out there because I was already seeing tweets sitting there suggesting that I was fucking stalking Rouge. So, again, getting back to the Brony Inspector thing. I'm almost dumb enough for that, Jace. But I remember the last time I had you come along for that. You don't have Vita's strings on you this time, so it's funny. During the stream, I got heated, and I referred to Brony Inspector as impaired. He'd made the remark that I was, what did he say? Anthony can't read, so I took an off-the-cuff dig. That was it. That was supposed to be like it was a fleeting backhanded, it was, what do you call it, bants. I had it pointed out to me, and yes, I know Brony Inspector has some personal issues that I'm trying to keep personal. And yes, I did blurt those out into a call. Not that one. That one's not public. But then again, I don't know, Stalin, is it public? I know it's floating around because Mintheart has already seen it. So, I do apologize to Brony Inspector. The only person who really had talked to me after the call with Stalin, Leo Convoy, Rouge, I already listed it. Let's not waste that. Who said still winning? No, it's a bad hand. This is the very definition of seven deuce offsuit, Stalin. This is terrible. 18 dislikes. Okay. So, as far as that goes, I know during that call, I know Coyote Lovely tried to equate his situation with him and me to Brony inspectors. If I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong. That's fascinating, Jace. So, where the hell was I? When I got in it with Coyote Lovely, slept on it, woke up the next day and acted like a gigantic Titanic asshole, doubled down. Um, there was never an intent to fucking go at fucking Brony Inspector. That's it. Okay, that's neat, J Moore. um, the part that I thought bothered me is I was in a relationship with somebody who made a big point that we have to talk first. And there have been times where I've noticed there were issues I would have liked to have brought a second party into. And let me be clear about that. I know that'll be misconstrued. I wanted like second opinions. I'm like, hey, maybe my opinion shit. Maybe this is dumb. That I was told that that wasn't okay. So it was a pretty big whiplash, don't you know? When basically you wind up into a call with like 4 or 5 people calling you out. And again, the only person who talked to me after the call was Mint Heart. I know, so fascinating. I could bring up more fascinating topics as a co-host, I promise. Well, I mean, I can read from here, Jace. Go on. I'm waiting. Whew. Jace is a good co-host. That's neat. Oh, he's not going to accommodate me. Oh, that's a shame. So, there have been a lot of times where, how do I put this? I would get pestered and I'd feel the need to have, to get back or, talk to someone immediately. Let's just say my girlfriend. Um, it's been this early, it's been hours. I wanted to talk. And basically, like, I want space, so I kicked her out of my damn rooms and blocked her. No, it was juvenile. It was shitty. Um, all I remember is that basically she hadn't talked to me for like the whole day beforehand. She basically sat there and bitched. Likely, I don't know. I can't. I don't have a crystal ball. Nobody was telling me anything. I'm not gonna say some shit like I just needed a break. I don't know. Let's see, Jace. Here we go. 40-year-old Coomer crying about his ex-girlfriend dumping you. So how's this crying, Jace? Is that what you wanted to bring to the table? Stalin. Anyone else in the thread smoke weed? Lol. Okay. Neat. This is a pot-free hell. Anyways. 36 dislikes ratio. You wanted space, then why did you DM her? Lol. Because there's a lot of damn times where she would freaking goddamn message me at the beginning of the goddamn day. I got to the point where that was it. If you needed a break, then why did you DM her? I didn't need a break this time. I needed someone to talk to. I needed to find out basically where we stood. I'm not going to be messaging her. I'm not going to be texting her at this point. I'm sorry to hear, FNGR. Don't be. Since Sparks, she messaged me first. I literally didn't answer my question, but okay. Alright, let's go up to word past level. Why did you DM her if you needed space? I don't know. I wanted to fucking find out if we were broken up or not. I know she's like, oh no, we're not, but basically I got the odd feeling that she's talking and I noticed to everyone else but me. And she's like, oh, give me space. So then I fucking removed her. I got tired of fucking seeing her every damn where after a day in and day out after freaking talking to her nonstop. What now? It's a good question. I mean, work. That's basically it, Jace. We go back to work. Girlfriends aren't for talking and for getting drama calls. I asked for space. Oh yeah, derp. I had a wonderful time with this dumb one. Let's see. Da, 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 da. You could tell that Anthony was really paying attention here. Bunk, there we go. No longer a moderator. You're the one in the wrong. How many times have you fucking jumped on me, Rouge? How many times have you fucking goddamn needed to fucking... When you've screwed up and you didn't want me going to talk to someone else? I wasn't looking to break up. I was just like, I'm going to get the fuck away from you, but I'll respect your decision. And since you basically decided to go through fucking a bunch of people who wanted to bury my ass before talking to me, okay, neat. That's basically it. Cool, your channel is shit anyways. Neat. I'm not gonna take that dig, Opal. Ah, do I? No. You lie about shit. That was proven. Everyone check Slaughter's page. Oh, alright. Opal, she has some bad breath. It's probably that cavity. Anyways. I thought I wouldn't make the same mistake, but that was it. If you're wondering why I didn't go in for that kiss for the longest time where my head would kind of weave out of the way, Rouge. Whew! Even after you brushed your teeth, it was beating bad. Holy mother of God. Rouge. More hurt than the important people than you hurt. The only person who talked to me after that whole situation was, you need to talk to Brony. You know I'm not going to talk about that topic. Come on with the insults. I'm not making an insult. That was a fact. Like, that's not fucking... I'm not making that up. So as for the 40-year-old acting like a kid, like, is this different behavior? I don't really think so. Alright. What happens when Anthony and your girl dates have some issues? He streams and argues with them. I mean, how long, Squid, did it take for me to talk about Fallen? You act like I run out. This is the fastest. Absolutely. I started seeing tweets about going, oh, you're stalking her. It's funny how hard you're digging your own grave. Well, Rouge, if you'd like to lump yourself in the fine crew of the people that I've dated, you've had plenty of digs to say about them all in the past, too. You all got my Twitter. You all, in fact, do have Rouge's Twitter. This is probably it. 88 people. It's a good send-off, isn't it? My stomach is in knots. Go ahead, tell me what the problem is. This is why I'm removing myself from a lot of this stuff and stupidity on all sides. You are very wise, Motodrop. No one said that you're stalking her. Sin was making an Eminem joke. The joke about the stalker? Stan? Isn't that what the song is about? The creepy stalker? You guys aren't seeing me and Leo or anyone else he streamed with. We all cut ties. Rouge is correct. Leo, Rouge. Well, I don't know. It is what it is. First time I come here and it's perfect. Lol. Very good, Jackson. So, I want to talk about that. I'm not going to be doing a Vita. Um, if you need help and assistance with anyone or any kids online where there's some predator on there, Leo Convoy is your boy to talk to. Lunar, Anthony done fucked up all his relationships with his friends. Archer, you are not one of those. Gilded is done too, by the way. Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't fucking take his side or her side with Peter. That was a slip on the pronoun. You never know which way you're gonna go on that. Now let me go to the DM and everyone's super hard to talk to them. Okay, neat. J Moore. What do you have to do to grasp for straws so hard to argue on Eminem lyrics jokes? The ones about being a creepy stalker. Hey, AJ Moore, if people fucking goddamn were putting the lyrics to Kim, you like the one where he murders his wife, to you and KP, I think he'd probably get triggered. Maybe not now. There's been enough time that passed. But yeah, as far as Brony Inspector goes, I'm terribly sorry about that entire situation. I hope he doesn't leave. I hope he has his, even if he's done completely with me, I hope he goes back and doesn't cut ties with the people that he's sat there and talked to. Are you going to have anyone on stream? I mean, you got mad at me for not confronting you in VC. Let's get in call and talk like adults. So, first things first, Opal. I loved the jazz video. I heard somebody yelled at you about it. Then again, I didn't watch the whole damn thing. I guess December is the month of breakups, huh? Oh, let's do Blake. Blake then Opal. How's that? That sound good? Da, 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 da. Assuming Blake is around. Are you around, Mr. Diamond? You weren't sorry last night, buddy. I made up my mind I'd lost all my friends, and I tried reaching out to my girlfriend who wasn't there, who was basically busy all hanging out with you, and I basically assumed, well, I guess that's it. You need to grow up quickly. You are a spoiled and immature man-child. I'm not going to argue with that, Flurry Bell. Let's see. Where Diamond you around? Can't find it. It's been a hot minute. Or if you're not game, that's fine. I don't remember saying that name, Archer. Oh, monstrous! Get off that bullshit. Okay, who's the message? Oh, that's Blake. There we go. Boy, here we go. Let's do this. I can't watch this thing, Anthony, like this. Hello. Yo. Real shit show. Real bad timing.
Hey, so what in the name of good God Almighty did you do?
So
I mean, aside from the stream, I saw that.
Okay, so yeah, the stream. Without going into specifics about Brony Inspector, let's keep it vague. Oh, ooh, a restricted call. Here, let me mute myself.
All right, which one of you Nigerian princes is trying to call him?
Hello, Blake. Can you hear me?
Yes, I just asked the chat. Which one of you Nigerian princes tried to call him?
You? No, that was you, Blake. I heard.
What?
Oh, I see. They had the stream going while they were calling. Okay, yeah,
Oh.
I was like, why is Blake calling me during the stream? That's funny.
And second, why would I call you from a restricted number?
Well, here, we'll just shut the phone off. That's fine. Done. Power off. Bunk. Fantastic.
Mr. Drip in the chat, I figured as much. I just said Rouge and Anthony broke up. I'm just trying to figure out what happened between the
I was gonna
stream and
focus on the
now.
Brony Inspector thing for the most part. I wanted to get that point across. That was the whole idea. Um, I saw that things had gone horribly wrong. I tried seeing things fixed with Rouge, and I didn't. There wasn't any progress. And I don't know. Maybe after seeing fucking them, Rouge made this big stink about like, if you have a problem, come talk to me. Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Don't go bitch to me about you and your friends. And, you know, here she goes and bitches to fucking me and all these other people. It's a good fucking tactic. It's very Anthony. I mean, I can't bitch about fucking someone beating me at my own game, right?
Right. Also, Jason in the chat, eat a dick.
Oh,
Oh, that
so
is an excellent
I am
co-host. Go
now,
fuck
and I
yourself,
think
you
everyone
commie
is
shit.
being a bit harsh. Sorry to hear what's happened. Then again, maybe I don't know certain things. All I saw was the Stein Slar stream. Um, no, I fucked up, Sheldon. Um, the point I would like to get across is that I wasn't trying to fucking open up Brony Inspector. Like, that wasn't like me trying to fucking, I'm gonna eviscerate this motherfucker. I don't. There were a lot of situations where I would like go aside and be like, we can't talk to Bernie about this, this, and this.
Speaking of sides, just to be 100% transparent, I will be talking to Rouge after this, just because I want the whole story,
Sure.
and I want to decide for myself. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. Cool thing, boss man. All right. But anyways, let's
Oh,
continue.
and I guess this is the standard disclaimer. Not everything was absolute hell. That's obviously hyperbole. That's complete bullshit. When you're like, it was all terrible. How did I? No. Um, I did. I did wind up having to fucking. They lasted like about like 2 micro breakups. That lasted like fucking less than a day, where I kind of got freaked out. Um, there have been times where Rouge is like, I'm not getting the attention I did, and I've made the out, and I'm like, look, if we're not good for each other, you could sit there and say, well, that's Anthony not being a mature adult. You're not ready for a real woman. There's a pattern of behavior here. Okay.
Speaking of real women, and Stella is hopping on your dick like a motherfucker in the chat.
Oh, what did he say this time?
I'm, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay. Oh, here's Leo. You likely shrug it off, but I'm very disappointed in you right now, Anthony. You're streaming your breakup. I had people accusing me of fucking, oh, you're stalking Rouge right now. And I tried to help you in your own worst enemy. So again, Leo, as I said at the beginning of the stream, if anyone would like to sit there and bring their future problems about kids being endangered, Leo Convoy reviews on YouTube. And yeah, I will tell you, despite being very sorry to Brony Inspector, if it would have came down to it, I would have absolutely sided with Leo over Brony Inspector, even knowing this situation, because it would have been the right play. It would have been the best interest. And you'd be like, you're doing damage control. No, the house is burning down. There is no damage control. It's over. I get that. I'm just telling you how it is. So here you go, Gilded. Once again, you've never reached out to me. I gave you every chance to tell you their side, but you didn't bother to talk to me. You just took everyone else's side. I mean, Gilded. Did you like to hop in?
Before you bring Gilded in, and continue with your or what is it?
Let me finish
Line of
Sheldon's thing
events.
here. Anyways, I don't have to leave for work for another hour or so. So if you want to chat me up, give me a holler. I think he means outside his chat. What do you mean?
Well, first of all, GNH has 3R. You're acting like Chris Trans streamer breakup. I mean, and I fucking in streams the day that I broke up with my last boyfriend and saying, hey, by the way, we broke up. I'm really sad about it, so I'm going to play this fighting game.
Well, it's a little different.
Yeah.
I felt cornered. You could sit there and say that you need to grow up out of that. There have definitely been times where I was expected to drop everything I was doing to fucking handle Rouge's shit. And I felt in a time where I absolutely needed to fucking goddamn talk to someone. Rouge was nowhere around. Well, rather, she was around with the people who were giving me the biggest concerns and worries. Blake, I'll speak to you when I get home. So, Blake, you're going to be told that you shouldn't be talking to me anymore. Um,
I mean, here's the most important question I have. Despite losing everything, despite all your friends as a sign and that you're a lost cause, are you going to continue to hunt predators?
assuming anybody wants to come along to help, I don't know. I assume Leo Convoy would vehemently, what do you call it? Object? Veto? Uh, he would strongly discourage that. Um, and in case he's in the chat, I owe you an apology, Moto Drop. I handled my conversation with you poorly. Yeah, Moto's cool, people. Alright, Gilded, I will chuck you in.
Also, just to be a selfish prick, despite everything, do you still have a raging hate boner for Lily?
Having paid attention to Lily in a heartbeat.
As long as you fucking
Okay. But YOLO.
take a deep breath, Gilded. And you don't need to blow out people's eardrums.
I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I'm not here to yell. Not yet, at least.
So, Gilded, have I generally been fair with you?
Yeah, if you misread what I wrote, I said that you never bothered to come talk to me at yesterday. I talked to Rouge. She gave me a rundown of what had happened, and I never made any decision. I'm not happy. I don't think what you did was right, but I've given pedophiles a chance to talk their side. Why wouldn't I give you the chance? You didn't bother to come to me. I wasn't hanging out with everybody. I was sitting here playing World of Warcraft by myself most of the day.
Well, if I said that, I misspoke. I've got a lot coming at my plate right now, Gilded. And again, if Gilded walks away from this call, I think that Gilded is good people. Just doesn't have any use for me at the end of it. I basically gave my case already. Where was I left off, Blake?
Um, well, I was asking in how things went south between in the stream and now, so I think
I've
you
been
were
trying
still
to
on that
talk to
time.
Rouge, and all I got was I want space, and every time, I felt like I, that was the time where I absolutely needed somebody the most, and Rouge wasn't there. And my stance was, I'll tell you what I said to Mint, and it's the same thing I said to Hate. I would prefer Rouge just tell me if it's done, so I could move the fuck on. And it felt like it was done. One of her remarks was, get over it. And then later on she was like, but it's not. I'm like, yeah, but we're not talking.
Yeah, well, sometimes when somebody asks for space, that's all they need time to realize if they're done. They need a chance to decide, hey, is this done? Is this what I want? They don't know at that point. Asking for space isn't just leading you on into longer. It's a chance to get your head together and figure shit out.
Gilded, if the only people talking at that point are to, the other person involved are people who hate you, I kind of can put the picture together.
No. I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm not talking about Brony. I'm talking about Rouge in specific. If Rouge's girlfriend says I need space, you should give them fucking space. That's just how it goes. And that's with anybody. If your best friend says I need space, it means they need time to think things through, to reevaluate things so they can, because at that time they're emotional and they're not, they want a chance to sort through everything to understand where things lie and how they really feel about it.
I get that, Gilded, but again, there's been a lot of times where I've had to drop my shit to fucking rush to Rouge's case, and I was like, I really needed this. I really needed to talk to, and I even said to Rouge, I was like, look, if I lose everything else right now, and I was just sitting there saying, look, she says she's done, we could walk away. That's all I need. I just need to fucking find out. And she's like, we're not. And I wanted to talk today, and I wasn't badgering the piss out of her. There were 3 messages. One of them was hello.
I mean, when you're upset, sometimes just a hello seems like it's a freaking badgering. I've literally freaking.
She never told me what she thought right after the fact. She sat in call and didn't say shit.
She was processing. Should she have said, "Hey, I need time"? I'm assuming she did tell you that. And if,
No,
I'm
not for the not all the way up until fucking the ambush call.
What ambush call?
The call over in fucking Senate where I wasn't much of an ambush because I could tell right off the bat, like, you need to come in Senate right now, and my thought is like, why are we going in Senate? Why don't we make a separate room? And I'm just Hayes' whole stance about, like, I'm like, no, it doesn't take anything to fucking make a side room. We do it all the time. When we have to interview a predator and a kid, making a separate room takes less than 5 seconds. Let's say it takes a minute. It's gonna take less time than to have this argument to make that fucking room.
I don't know. I don't know about Senate. I don't know about what people in the Senate want to do.
And that was another thing. Rouge, the day before, sat down and told me, she's like, oh, me and Mon, and they sat there and aired all their problems with the Senate. And that's not a gotcha. They were fucking good criticisms. And that's where I thought Rouge's stance was. And suddenly, like, we're going to take you to the tool shed in the Senate. I was like, okay, that's fine. It was shit. So here's the question: if I'm as the kids say, toxic for Rouge, okay.
Here's my question, Anthony. Here's my thing: did Rouge jump all over your case? Did she give you shit, unwarranted shit in that call, or was she quiet during most of that call?
I wanted to talk to her, and then she got pissed off.
That is not what I asked.
No,
I asked.
No. She did not.
Okay, she was. I'm assuming she was pretty quiet during that call.
Yes.
I don't know if she still is, but at that time, she's trying to sort shit out. Yes, you wanted to talk to your girlfriend. Yes, you needed her, and it sucks that that wasn't there. But she needed a chance to work through her shit. Because all you probably would have got if she talked to you was her being either quiet or yelling at you. And she wanted to work through her feelings, so she understood what was going on. You can't, if somebody tells you, this is what I'm trying to tell you, if somebody tells you need space, as much as you might need them, you're gonna have to give them space because you're not gonna get them at their best. You're gonna get them at their worst.
I normally would get that gilded, but this was a pretty extreme case. I normally wouldn't put that on somebody I was with.
I get it. You wanted him. You wanted her help, but she needed her space. And unfortunately,
I would have even took if she'd have walked up to me, or I guess metaphorically speaking, she'd have came up to me and said, I needed to do that to you. That was for your own good. As much as that would have hurt, I'd have took it.
But what did she do? She had you come into a call that you could see who everybody's in there. Same thing you've told plenty of other people. If you didn't want to be there, you could have fucking left.
I did eventually. Relatively quickly.
Just saying, you didn't have to be there. She told you to come in, right. And that was more because everybody else
I will tell you what I told Mint. If shoes are on the other feet, Rouge's head would have fucking exploded. I would have done that with a bunch of my friends to air my grievances with Rouge.
Well, now here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Now the way things played out, how do you feel about Rouge?
It's done. There's nothing I could do.
Is that what you want?
Doesn't matter what I want.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been able to read the chat the whole time. I got him here late. Did she say she broke up?
I told you the two options were, if she would have stuck around, I'd have been glad to go until I couldn't go no more. Which, yeah, that's all kinds of healthy. If I really wanted to know if she was done so I could get the fuck out of there. Because, I've I had somebody not too long ago to try and tell me I couldn't get over. You're being obsessive, blah 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 blah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, I know I get this. You've been through life a little bit, but I think this is a lesson you still need to learn.
I normally wouldn't.
No. Sometimes you just need to give these people their space, give these people the space, and it's not done until one of you say it's done. And then when they say it's done, it's done.
Okay.
That is what you need to take away from this. That is the thing you need to understand.
If you wanted to put me in your dime store shrink chair, maybe I needed to hear it was done. Maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe
you did, but Bruce wasn't ready to say it. So the choices were either you say it or you give her space. So in the end, the breakup is you saying you wanted to.
I remember how bad it was when I'd be like, I can't do it no more, and I was like, I can't do that again. Three times, god damn. I was like, I'll feel a lot less guilty if it's her choice.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, I know it's probably hella stupid.
Yeah, I get that. You'd feel less guilty if it's her choice, but if you couldn't handle the situation or you couldn't handle the way Rouge is, and you just needed to do it.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I hate to say it, but like I understand where you're coming from, wanting a yes or no, but sometimes it's like, hey, you gotta, as much as it pains you, me, and a lot of people to hear this, you got to wait if somebody wants you to wait.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you didn't wait, so shit went sideways.
Yeah. You're being your normal pushy self, and this is how it went. I mean, you are a pushy person. You're a pushy asshole. I mean,
all right, Gilded. How often do I get pushy with you?
With me, not very often. But then again, I'm known to just ignore the shit out of people that get pushy with me. So,
but no. Okay, look. How many times have you had to ignore me being a pushy asshole?
Not very often.
Okay. Under 5?
Probably.
And we've known each other for like what, a year?
2 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You're making it sound like I fucking. All right, it's time to fucking badger the shit.
Okay, I'm not saying you're pushy with everybody all the time, but you have the capacity to be a pushy asshole.
Yeah. Of those people in the call, I don't remember badgering the piss out of fucking. As much as it sucks to lose fucking Leo, honestly, we weren't like super duper talking, and that's not me bitching and going woe is me. Like, that's just me saying the issues of transparency. Not a lot in the conversation.
I'm just saying it's not. Usually, you do it to people that you have issues with.
No, the people I've had issues with have been pretty terrible people. Gilded normally, not the normal things that we talk about on this channel, not including today, tend to be pretty terrible people. That requires some pushiness, and I'm not trying to allude to one of the last examples, which I'm going to still try because I do care about that situation and getting it right. You could ask me about that after stream. You could say that it was a terrible idea the advice that I took from Mint Heart. She's like, you've got to talk to Brony. And I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, I guess I do. And I was like, but I don't have Brony's number. And of those messages of the 3, like, I think the third one was like, hey, I guess you have Brony's number. And Rouge was not having it. Rouge was not having it at all. I'm not saying that she was wrong for doing that.
Look, Anthony, and sorry, I just had a phone call, so I muted.
No,
that's
you're
why
good.
I went quiet. But the fact is I'm still sorting this shit out in my head, because I have what I've been told. I have what you're saying. I have the other things told. I have the stream that freaking you did that you were pretty shitty to Brony in, and I've got to sort that shit out.
So yeah, let's get to that and why I thought I'd pissed off Brony by the end of the evening. Again, I went by with what he told me in the stream, where he's like, I could have been off getting laid right now. You invited me to come along, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty fucked up, Anthony. You asked him to do you a solid. You did him rotten that night, and I thought that was it. I thought that was the extent of how bad I had fucked up that night. And I was like, well, we'll get a chance to. And by the time fucking Leo Convoy's like, he's done and he's not coming back, I had no idea. None.
I mean, Brony set up that call to try to be helpful, and both of you, you and fucking Sergeant Slaughter, or whatever the fuck his name is, both of you were being assholes, especially to Brony.
Speaking of Sergeant Slaughter, a very
don't segue in about wrestling stuff right now, please. He didn't pass away. Okay, yeah.
No, not Sergeant Slaughter. Pat Patterson.
Oh, he's. Oh shit! I'm sorry, but again, getting back to this as soon as possible. Yeah. Again, would it have been pretty terrible? Yeah, but I think I would have gotten a chance to have like been able to walk back from that. There have been times where Brony's been too much, and you know what's funny? Usually when he got yelled at by people, I like still wanted to have his back because he was my boy. I wanted him to know, and yeah, I had a douchebag moment, but I usually don't with Brony Inspector. And looking at for what it was, I was like, okay, maybe I can ask for a mulligan because I didn't mean it to be what he took it as.
No, well,
real quick, because I had a dip.
No, it's fine.
I'm just gonna say one final piece, and then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Oh, Anthony, hey, late. You've been fine to me this past year, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. Is despite the fact that you might, I think it's everybody's else's fault, you still gotta stop for a minute and think it over, and like maybe take a day or a week off not to deal with it.
Oh no, like let me be clear. The Stallion Slaughter thing, Rouge and Brony Inspector basically sat down and more or less thought I shouldn't respond at all. And it's really hard to argue with that. Really hard not to argue with that.
A lot of times you just got to keep your mouth shut and just let people say what the fuck they're gonna say, because you know what, people do have the freedom of speech if they want to be assholes.
I know.
It's
just it was. I remember getting that screenshot like, "Hey Anthony, look at this," and Rouge was the one who sent me that in the first place about Stallion and Slaughter, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go fucking start some shit.
Yeah.
But go ahead, take it off, Blake.
It's stop and think is all.
I do. And I'm not. Again. I'm not blaming Leo Convoy. I'm not doing fucking like a Vita and be like, if it wasn't for that damned Leo. No.
But I'm sorry, Blake. Go ahead.
Anyways, I'm out. See you.
Okay.
Now the other thing is, from my understanding, I don't know what it was, but you blurted out personal information that had to do with Brody somewhere in a public call or some shit.
So they claimed it was a private call, and here's the funny thing is that they were starting to hint at it, and I said, well, perhaps we should make a private call so that we could address that, and for everybody who knows about that situation, no, we're going to do it here.
So
I did get cornered. I did kind of crack under pressure there. I did ask, hey, look, if we need to talk about that specific situation, yeah.
Dick move.
Didn't mean to do it.
Doesn't matter if you meant to do it. It was a dick move. You just don't do that to somebody that's your best friend. You don't put their personal information out there publicly, no matter how cornered you feel. It's a dick move. Have I done it in my life before to someone? Yeah, probably.
Okay, so a series of my friends talk about a certain person by name that I'm trying to avoid going to court to around me all that time. Yeah, I sometimes I just have to weave around it, and I kind of felt overwhelmed, and I was prepared to sit down and talk about that. I swear to you, I don't. You know what it is, right, Gilad?
I don't.
Okay, then
I don't know, and I don't want to. And
okay, yeah, no,
we're on a stream, so we're not going to talk about it.
Let's say it's about a 10.
It's pretty shitty from my understanding.
No, when I say it's a 10, the level, the serious, sensitive topic matter of it was.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know that it was a pretty bad situation from my understanding. Like, it's on the high end of trauma things.
But the inclination is that you know why Brony drinks. I don't define Brony by that one moment. I don't think about it because I can't fix that situation for him, because I would, if I could have paid any amount of money, or if I could have talked to some people, I would have, anything I could have done to have possibly made that situation. I can tell just from like when he talks about personal stuff that he's just not willing to move past it. I think I'm doing a lot of dancing around as much as I can without going into specifics here. Yes.
Let me just say this.
Now, if you, here'd be some really good fucking advice, Gil, that you could be like, if you're the kind of person who cracks when you get pressure about these sort of things, perhaps you shouldn't be on the internet. No, I can't argue with that.
No. Here's my advice. And it doesn't matter what the trauma is, because trauma is trauma, and for everybody, their trauma is important.
This is still a 10.
This is what I'm going to say. And, if you want to help somebody with trauma, the best thing you can do is be there for them and not put their shit out there to a bunch of people that they don't fucking want to know. Straight up.
Okay.
And then if you do it, if you do fuck up, and for some reason you do say it out loud and with a bunch of people, you got to give them their space. You got to let that person think, because at that point they got to decide if they even trust you anymore.
I mean, I'd already heard from Leo he'd moved on. That wasn't exactly why. Again,
yeah,
it's very difficult. Again, we're being civil right Anthony. Now when we're having to dance around the same topic without saying.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Now, having somebody else, trying to get somebody else to go talk to them, you don't do that either. Especially if that person said they needed space.
Okay.
Sometimes you fuck up and you feel like you need people, and nobody wants to talk to you because the way you fucked up made everybody need space away from you. And what do? You don't go and try and make them talk to you. You don't say, you need to talk to me or I'm going to break up with you, or you don't
I didn't say that.
No, I'm just saying. I'm putting examples out there. I'm putting examples of shit you don't do. If you want an example of something you did that you shouldn't have do, you don't start a fucking goddamn live stream about the shit. Just say it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You don't surround your fucking significant other with like 4 or 5 other people after you've made a big stink about, if you have a problem, you come to me directly. And I was like, well, if the only thing she's got left is the stream, I can get that one in first at least.
No. But here's the thing. I asked you. You said she didn't really speak, which to me sounds like she didn't really have anything to say to you. And it was just everybody else wanted you there. And they asked her to get you to come in. And she said, sure, I will ask him to come in. And she told you to come into the call. And, you knew where the call was. You know the people in there. It was your choice. You could have just said, I'm not doing that here. I'm sorry. I'm done. I don't want to deal with that.
Okay.
And that's all you had to do. And what could they have done? Yelled at you some on on the text? Oh my God! Fucking they caps locks and fucking typed to you.
Leo, I'd like to respond to that. Leo, I think I've repeated this a couple of times. If I would have pulled a call on that on Rouge after she had fucked up something really bad, I would never have heard the end of it. I felt I had the right. Here, let's go with an example of that. During the Misanthropony shit, when Map ran in the room and kicked David out, she's like, Map, you don't even do that even if David were a pedophile. And I was like, what? No, you need... And she got really bitchy and pissed off about that. If she would not have listened, I would have liked to have hoped that I could have gotten people together, but I feel like I can't. Oh, Rouge, do you want in?
Here's the thing.
Well, Win said.
Okay.
It's a yes or no, Rouge. It's not Senate. It's not my personal Discord. I didn't actually see what the ones are for, so let me scroll up, I guess. What were...
I didn't see what the hell that. I think people are just spamming ones.
1, I'm free. 2, I miss you. Lol.
Oh look, Nolan Crush. Oh.
Uh,
But no, and my point here is, could you have felt hurt and betrayed by Rouge? Sure. Maybe you could have felt that way. Maybe you felt, and that is something you guys could have talked about in private later. If you hadn't hounded her and given her space, when you guys finally had a chance to sit down and talk, when you both were in level headspace and you both had your time, you could have told her that hurt your feelings, that was, a dick move on her part, whatever you wanted to say, however you wanted to say it. You didn't do that.
I didn't get a chance.
I mean, you're doing a live stream.
Oh, now I did.
I mean, that's not private, really. That's airing your dirty laundry in public.
Well, I don't know. Someone started posting fucking private DMs on Twitter.
Who posted private DMs on Twitter?
Spoken somehow got her hands on some of Rouge's DMs, so I figured, okay, let's go. I felt that's how it was going.
Well, that was your decision. I didn't know nothing about this. I heard about this.
Wait, Leo, we're not dating. It's okay. That's the difference.
Yes, but Leo is trying to point out Rouge didn't start the call. That Leo organized it. Rouge just asked you to come in. So if you want to, he's telling you, if you're gonna blame somebody for the call, blame him. That is his point.
I don't blame Leo. Leo made a choice. Whether I would agree with it or not, I'll tell him what I said to hate. I guess Leo's patience has dwindled down. It is heightened better than it used to be, and I can't tell you inherently if that's bad. Maybe it'll work out good. I don't know. I'm not going to do one of those, well, he used to put up with more bullshit, and then Leo's response likely would be, and see how that turned out. And I'd be like, well argued.
Fact is, you went about this the wrong way.
Yeah. I don't think I had a right way.
No, you did. Just sit down, shut up, and fucking let things happen. I mean, if you would have just done that from the start...
I had Coyote bragging about going, and I made sure that I went to slaughter about you.
No. See, from the start...
And I'm sitting there thinking, I bet Rouge is talking with Coyote right now.
No, Anthony. From the very start, if you would have just ignored Sergeant Slaughter, you would have been okay.
No, I know that. That is obviously the case. This is indeed the continuation. This is a Ryu. If Slaughter was like the Android saga, we're now in the Cell saga. It's kind of a continuation, but it's its own thing right now. Okay, here we go. I got Opal's thing here. Motherfucker. Stop scrolling. Copy. Opal 4635.
Okay, so from my understanding and what I've been reading in the text chat also, Rouge says she told you last night you guys didn't break up and that you just kept bugging her.
She's done that to me.
Oh my god. So she's done it. What are you, a fucking kindergartner? They punched me first, teacher, so I hit them back.
I try to meet my fucking goddamn significant other with the same level of fucking, I try to match my partner
No, see, if your partner does something that you don't particularly care for, then what you're supposed to do is be like, you do it the way that you would want them to treat you. So you can be like, see, this is how, if you could do this for me, then that would be great because I'm going to do this for you. You don't see who can be the pettiest fucking asshole in the relationship.
That's a well-made point. I didn't have a counter, so I just said, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, I get that.
I wasn't just staying quiet, which I've been accused of in the past. Like, well, you're not saying anything. I was like, yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
I was trying to come up with another talking point.
Okay.
Like, it just, this whole, I watched that freaking stupid freaking call. What the hell was that? Y'all just fucking, it looked like y'all were just trying to fucking wave your dicks in the air and see who was better.
I will admit it was that dumb.
And honestly, it was just two people with micro penises waving them around. So
no, I absolutely fucking saw that as what it was, and that's what I thought I was gonna have to apologize to Brony Inspector for.
No, man, no, I didn't. I don't know all the specifics of what happened after that call, but what I heard in that call, that was just in that call alone, you were right shitty to fucking Brony. I mean, and Slaughter was too, and you just let Slaughter be shitty to Brony. That's your best friend of, what was it, like, I think 5 years from my understanding, and you let some dude just be shitty to him. Some dude you don't like.
I'd apologize to Brony if he were here. But
he may never talk to your ass again. I can't say he will. But, you can't hound him.
No, I got it. Again, the only, again, I'd heard it from fucking Mints, like, you really got to apologize. You really got to apologize. And I was like, okay. It was the only advice I got at the time when nobody was talking to me. So I panicked and went like, okay, it's a good idea. I should probably apologize. You know what? If he hears it and tells me to eat a dick, I'll fuck right off.
Again, Mint was the only one talking to you because that was your choice. I was here all fucking day.
Well,
Rouge came and talked to me. You never say anything.
In the future, I don't know. Knock on wood, how it could get much worse. Can I talk to you in the future?
I mean, at this point, my fucking DMs are still open to goddamn just about everybody.
Excellent.
So, yes,
fantastic.
You can talk to me. If you need advice, you can come talk to me.
I will take that as a net positive. Well, I'm going to call that a wrap here. I think the level of stupidity of we'll call it the man-child show. Anthony, please end the stream. You are very correct, Mint. You guys can chide me for listening to Mint again, but you know what? Advice is advice.
Oh, that's good advice.
Yeah, it is. Godspeed, everybody. Where the fuck is OBS? What the fuck? I could just click, there's an end stream button in the stream. I could probably click that. Motherfucker.
That point where you can't.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it was